Good morning. It's Vita and and we're here in another one of my pastures, and I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, I think I can zoom in and get him. All right, that is. Okay, I hope you can see that. Anyway, that is that's one of my girls, Vita, one of my babies. And I wanted to I had really great comments yesterday and really great questions, and it was so great. And so I kind of want to focus and answer some of those questions, and do a little bit more. And so I have 5 pastures that I run, and I have mamas in all of those pastures. I have some of them that have calves in the spring, and some of them that have calves in the fall. You're seeing that baby nursing, I hope. So because cows have a 9-month gestation period, and when that baby is born, it will fall from the back of that mama, land plunk, get up, and has to find and do what it's doing just right now. Now, of course, that baby is way bigger, but anyway, so that's the nature of a cow. That's what they do, and it's so amazing to me how nature survives. I mean, they're so much stronger than I think people want to realize how strong and resilient they are. I mean, even as we have discovered, life is hard, but we are strong. And the same goes for these cows. They are strong. They are capable of supporting themselves. And so it's just something to kind of know. Oh, and I do have, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this because I know people tend to think that if you have cattle, you have a lot of money, but there's a lot of money that goes into cattle as far as expenses go, but sometimes not a lot of money come out, and we won't get too deep in the weeds in this video about that. But I do have 184 mamas, but there's a lot of expenses that go with that. And one thing that I really kind of wanted to touch on, another thing that I wanted to touch on today was I wanted to show you a feed bill, which my average feed bill is between $2,000 and $4,000, depending on how big my calves are and what their needs are. But I wanted to show you something specifically today, because there's so much. One of the things that you hear in our industry is so much of this, how much we medicate them and how, poisoned they are by antibiotics. And I needed to touch on that because, I tell you guys how good, how important it is for me to keep these animals healthy. And I had a checkup done on them, and this spring they wound up having what's called anaplasmosis, which I'm not going to go into the specifics, but it's actually a disorder that, it's a virus. So they take an antibiotic that's fed through the mouth, and it's about a 2-week administered deal. The virus itself actually thins their blood, and they can die from it. So it's pretty serious. You want to get that treated. And they ingest it in their body, and I'm going to do another video on how cows actually digest food because they have 2 stomachs. But they ingest it into their body and they put it out. So the antibiotic goes specifically to make that cow healthy again. And so I just kind of wanted to show you real quick that you have to have a prescription for it. I hope you can see there it says you have to have a prescription for it. So we cannot even order an antibiotic. No, there's no magic wand to get an antibiotic. You have to have a script for it. And then here is what that feed, I hope you can see the price of that. That's what that feed cost me for 2 weeks of a medication in order to keep my cows healthy. Now that's part of it, but what I wanted to point out is that it's not realistic for any cattle farmer to put so much antibiotic, to feed antibiotics daily. You wouldn't want to do it. You couldn't do it because you need a script for it, but you couldn't financially afford to be putting that kind of money into your herd. It's just it doesn't pencil out. But I just kind of wanted to kind of point in on that. But because we'll talk another video about feed costs and vet costs and all that kind of stuff. But I just kind of wanted to answer some of your questions about the mamas and the babies and how my herd operates. I will tell you, I do hire someone to help me when I'm working them, because working these girls, I mean, they're 1,500 pounds a piece. Working these girls is not, and even the babies are 500 pounds a piece. So, working these animals that are still animals, they're undomesticated. You don't want to do by yourself. It's not a safe situation. So I do hire somebody to help me, and which is wise. It's a safe practice. And but I just wanted to kind of answer some of the questions that I got yesterday, and thank you guys so much for your comments, and I hope you'll make some more comments and some more questions on today's video. I'm probably not going to try and do a video every day because I don't want to exhaust you or me. And but I did want to answer some of those early on questions because they were really good questions. They've all been really good questions anyway. But I want to thank you for taking the time to watch my videos and for your interest in what to me is just a simple independent cattle operation. So I hope you have a really blessed day, and I hope what I've done for you today has blessed it as well. So we'll talk to you sometime later. Thank you so much.